Four.
Screw that, I'm going for it.
Callie, is everything all right?
Fine. I'll see you all at the finish line.
He's playing 4D chess. Good boy, Devon. I'll give you that, mate. Good stuff. Fourth. Is that what we needed by default, do you reckon? Devin. Yeah. You watch her go, yeah. He knew exactly what he was doing. Whoever thought Devon was like a motivational talkie, you know, when he had that word with Jackson as well. Sit down.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
That was on the medium tyres, so this should work pretty well. I like this new version of Abu Dhabi for sure. I think it's really awesome. I love it. Tell you one thing though, with this updated handling model, it's just nice to throw the car into corners again. You know, because on F122 you'd be spinning out that corner more often than not. So it is nice just to throw the car into corners again. You can still do that, even if it is a bit problematic at times.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Screw the tyres, we're going for it, as she said. Oh my god, is Hamilton like... I don't think Hamilton even had his DRS open and he's passing Gasly. What the fuck? Oh my god, look at this, threading a needle. Well, that was Russell, not Hamilton, sorry. I'm still getting confused by that ball. Shit. My bad. Dang it. my god. I'm coming through, man.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
And the AI are really kind of bad when it comes to defending. So Verstappen must be leading, right?
Our gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds. Okay, you're creating some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds a lap. Really good stuff.
Right? I really struggled down the straights in previous games. You guys actually might have noticed it with the Ian Jackson story in particular. I've always struggled down the straights here. Oops. Very inventive track limits. Again, the brakes kick in. But yeah, I reckon after all of that, Davidoff's probably going to just pull the funding anyway. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
But yeah, I don't think there was any mention of Callie winning the last race at all.
Final lap, final lap. Push, push.
I mean, Casper's got a point. It's not Davidoff's team, he's just investing in it. Whoops. It sucked. Aiden's probably going to be early retirement. One thing I've noticed is the AI really like get powered up towards the end of the race. I've always noticed that as well. So fifth would be Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, most likely McLaren.
Flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by
Ha!
her today.
Devon and Aiden almost hugged it out.
Sure will be very delighted with that one.
And if you believe the rumours, Ant, this is a team whose future has been in doubt. Surely, though, they've done enough to return next season. I think they've been wonderful to watch.
Huh. Devon and Aiden almost hugged it out. Not quite yet. Nice.
Hey, Devon.
Not bad today, sis. Not bad at all.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Did what on purpose?
Oh, come on, Dev. Cruise it in.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Technically, you went against the team order. It's poor form, that.
I can't believe I missed it at the time. It seems so obvious now.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to lay off the sauce, Cal. Seriously, it's a bit embarrassing. I mean...
I'm surprised Casper let you, to be honest. Really surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going now, because you're not making any sense. Okay? Ciao!
Yeah. Ciao.
Why do I like him now? Oh, Ethan. Oh no. Oh.
Dad.
California.
That good enough for you?
Look, I thought maybe we could grab a coffee tomorrow before we head off. My flight's not till 3.
Yeah,
Have a chat about next season. It'd be good for us.
Don't have to like him, Cal. Just...
The offer stands.
you make it sound like a negotiation.
It always is with us, Callie. You let me know.
Yeah. Wait a second, because Evelyn might call. Or not. Ah, okay. I was wondering if it would be a tall order, all the more so to do with only one driver. The performance that followed from Mayer has set the F1 world ablaze. Regardless of all the drama at the top of the table, anyone seems to be talking about is Callie Mayer. Whenever you think of it at the rookie, you'd be hard pressed to find a more extraordinary solo performance this season, right? As of 2 draw inevitable comparisons to Mayer's sprint race in the Netherlands last year, a race well worth looking up if you haven't already. Mayer is no stranger to Abu Dhabi, having secured the F2 championship here this time last year. Enjoyed that was a victory. Further down the standings, it would have been one I thought the biggest stories would be found outside the top 3 in the form of Andrea Konnersport Global the Racing. Oh my god, I can't read. And so here we are, as the 2023 season begins to its slow fade into the F1 history books, with Konnersport having lost one driver, gained another, and somehow overcame the odds to finish 5th, just the second season on the grid. You can't help but feel that Konnersport's biggest enemy this season wasn't a rival, but rather the struggles it faced internally. No call from her mom, strangely. What a race, Callie. Never in doubt. Let's just finish this and immediately start looking for whatever highlights I could find. It means the corner's supposed to be, they better be. The charge, okay, yeah. Jackson looking super chill. Not sure I'd be calm about that. Even though saw him crack a smile, right? You can afford to be a bit relaxed. Mayer delivered the goods today. Sure, but he's still a big reason they finished where they did. In the end, yeah. Small overdrive, they've been pulling their weight. Where they go from here. Shout out to Noah. You helped too, buddy. Team Noah. Boo to anyone who'd leave a team like Konnersport underfunded. Worth every penny. Total and Horner. Feels like he's really found a good place. So Mayer to Red Bull next season, yeah? Probably not. Not yet. We need her and Konnersport back. Chin up, folks, and in a few months till we do it all again. See you in 24. Right? Drinks in the garage at 6 p.m. Be there or else. I'll talk to you all later, but for now I just want to say quick congratulations to the entire team. I couldn't be happier, and Andrea was overjoyed. I know it's how hard you've worked all season, and I know how much you've asked of you, and I know it wasn't easy. It often isn't in this sport. You get a chance to stop and appreciate what you've accomplished. But this is one of those occasions. I read that completely wrong, because I suck. Callie, I've been calling and can't get through on your phone, darling. I'm so excited to see. Just want to talk about it. Aww. Finish the season and the game, I'm assuming.
It was amazing. I'm not sure I've ever seen a race like that. I was wrong about Callie.
And how did you feel about the engine failure?
There's no such thing as the perfect car. The one that failed us was the same one that got us here in the first place. So, you've just got to drive the car you're in.
Oh.
Everyone's an individual. Which means that everyone is, motivated a little differently. Take Devon as an example. He always responds well to having his ego brushed, to being told that he's the best. His greatest fear is failure, so it gives him further to fall, keeps him hungry. Callie, on the other hand, has an innate drive to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
If someone tells her something's not possible, she'll do everything in her power to achieve it.
Yes, I like that about her.
Sort of stubborn determination that can be harnessed. And then there's Aiden. I mean, when he started in F1, people thought he was a nice guy, but he was incredibly ambitious. It's just what makes Aiden tick. Which is why I may have started a rumour or two about interest from other teams.
He played him.
Konnersport. To stoke that ambition. Keep his eyes on the horizon.
He played him.
A lot of people might see that as manipulative. Wouldn't
Yeah.
you agree?
Well, of course. Motivation is manipulation. It's the same thing.
Is it?
Look, the end justifies the means. After all, it's just business.
So he was playing him all
Looking forward to
along.
next season?
Just let me at it.
Will you stay next season?
I've told Casper I'll stay if he does.
Oh.
Do you still have a job after your run-in with Davidoff?
Well, we'll see.
We did it! We secured the funding!
Did you though?
What a team!
And that's all that matters.
Right now, yes, that's all that matters.
Okay, so, we done? Yeah? Cool.
I like him. I like this new Devon. So I guess there's nothing else? This seems pretty abrupt. I wouldn't be surprised if they get sued for ripping Drive to Survive off. I would not be surprised. Oh, that's it. Oh. That's a bit abrupt. I suppose it makes sense. Sequel baiting? I don't know. I'm not sure if there'd be a sequel to that. It seems like I think there will. There can be. It's not sequel baiting, but I think it's open. I think it's open to a sequel. Or a third game, actually. I say sequel. But it's open to a third shot if they want to do it, I suppose. But, of course, we won't see it for another 2 years because it's on a cycle. So, if we do see it, we won't see it for another 2 years. So, I'm just thinking. I think it's better than the first one. Definitely in the production of it. I think it's definitely a good thing in terms of the production. And I think you really see a lot of the human element of the F1 driver in this story. You know, with Devin in particular, after what he went through. He's still Devin Butler, like I said, but I think we've got to see a more human side of him, and I think people will now gravitate towards Butler, and I think that was probably intentional because obviously after 2019, and in particular Breaking Point 1, no one liked the guy. No one liked the guy at all, but I think now we've grown more neutral to him now. I think we know where, you know, his dad was right. His dad was right in that regard. His dad was absolutely right about it. His dad wasn't as much of a bad guy as I thought he would be. You know, it's like he did play Aiden a little bit there, but in the end it kind of worked, I guess. I'm not sure why Aiden didn't realise that, to be honest, because in real life, at the times that they were being mentioned, you would come to the conclusion, if you've watched over the last couple of years, that seats were already penned in from already existing contracts. It wasn't like they were going to push one of them out. You know, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes are probably still set for another 3 years tops. You know, George Russell's come in, Hamilton wants to extend, Verstappen is on board until, I think, 28. Perez, probably, I think they'll stick with Perez. I think he's like the safe option. I want to see something here. ID. Callie Mayer, Emma Kenny, so it wasn't Jamie Chadwick, so she was just the advisor and the person who made her, but she wasn't voiced by her. They brought Jamie basically in as a consultant, really. I really like Callie. I thought Callie was wonderful, actually. I went into this actually thinking, I hope she's not like Devin in any which way, and she's not. She probably still has a little bit of Devin in her, but she's not as much. You know, she certainly, and I think what the Butlers in particular had to go through with the parent divorce and everything, it certainly really shows what different direction those two went in. Devin got like all the support from Davidoff and the money and the funding and all that, and you can kind of see that in his attitude. And Callie's the one that's had to kind of fight for everything she's had. And like she said, to Devin, I just wanted you to fight for me and not leave me on my own. So I like the character stories in this game were so fleshed out and easy to understand from all things. I personally think this is a much better constructed story than the first one, without a doubt. And I think my favourite of the two, after all. It had my worst tracks than last year's did. But, yeah, definitely a step over the first one. In the production, in the characters, and how they are. Like, Aiden just went 180 from the first game. and then Devin talks to him, he goes 180 again. So it's like you start to gravitate a bit more towards Devin, and you start to Aiden started to lose me a little bit. But Davidoff kind of did manipulate him in the end. That's why he was saying what he was saying. It was probably just to get the best out of him, really. Could have been a bit more honest. But yeah, I mean, Davidoff and Devin definitely know what they're doing. You know, they really do. They know what they're doing. And you can't deny Devin has a love for the sport. I think that comes across really well. But yeah, the characters were certainly, like even Casper at the end, you really saw a side of him in the end you would have never thought when he started like shouting to get Davidoff out of the meeting. That was something I did not expect. I mean, Casper is, like Connor said, a moody, grumpy man anyway, but that was just definitely different. And I think it's nice how they brought characters like Zoe and not so much Lily, which I can understand, but particularly Zoe and Doyle. You know, the Breaking Point 1 characters. You know, they really brought them back as like Easter eggs, and even Weber still exists. So I think the whole story, like as a whole, the story is great and well constructed. They might get sued by Netflix for that Drive to Survive kind of stuff because it looks very similar, to be fair. But the way it was constructed certainly was better. They tried to incorporate some My Team elements in there, but I really don't think they did that much. It probably would have been better just to leave them out, but they wanted. I could applaud the effort here. You know what? I really can. I've had my vents about early on about the handling and all that stuff, but I think just the way this is constructed came off well. But I think the My Team elements didn't really do anything or didn't really help at all. But I think that was the idea. It was like I said, it was to affect what you see, not the overall plot. And I said it right that time. So they achieved that. I think what they did was a great addition though. It wasn't really huge, but at least it gave you some aspects of being the team principal in the team during a story. So they mixed in well. It wasn't like the big changing thing like it would be in My Team, for example. In My Team you'd see much more effects on what you're doing. But in this mode, it wasn't as big. You know, it just affected what you saw on the screen. But at least in those ways, you actually saw them happen. It was like when I refused Natalie's question about Callie's dad, and then later on, when she gets interviewed, Natalie actually talks, myself excluded. So that's nice. The effects were small, but at least they were actually noticeable. They were small, noticeable. It's like what most story-based games do, where it doesn't change the overall story, but it changes the way you get the overall story. I would like a sequel, personally, but the thing I've noticed is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of... The stakes aren't high. Like, they're higher than they were in Breaking Point 1. The stakes weren't really high. It was just a possibility of getting 4th and possibly getting A and C. At least here, the stakes were a little bit higher. Ah, look, they mentioned the F1 YouTubers Arav, Ben, Noble. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else here I recognise. David Coulthard, obviously, for his thing in the socials. But yeah, definitely decent. Definitely a very decent second outing for Breaking Point. Definitely. Better than the first one, and the stakes were certainly higher, but I think what I would like now is Konnersport's push towards their championship title. That's what I would like to see now. Trademark design protocol approved of the Audi AG, so they actually mention Audi even though they're not actually in the sport. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see for a sequel. A push special thanks to the Keep Fighting Foundation. I love it, and they're all for the my team icon things. But yeah, I would like, if there is a sequel, I would like it to be Konnersport's push towards a title. You know, and maybe that will be the final chapter of this story. There's more to do. I think a sequel is certainly possible, like a third, rather. And I'd like to see it, and I'd like to see Konnersport's push towards a title. But yeah, the production and the way it was constructed, so much better than the first game. So much better. The human element of Formula 1 was really captured in especially Devin Butler. I think a lot of people are going to gravitate back toward, like, more towards Devin now, because you've seen the human side of Devin, and what they did really well was they still made him Devin Butler, but they attempted to humanize him at the same time, and they did a good job. And he was the one that actually took Aiden aside and took him down a notch, back to the man he was. And I did not expect that. Really well done. Really enjoyed it. Now that I really think about it, yes, this is miles better than the first one. By a long way, actually. And, like, it just is, because you can even see the jump in the graphics and the ego engine. I really think now we need to have a sequel or a third game. We need to have a third part, and we need to have this in the new game engine now. Because like I said at the first day video, I think we've reached the peak of the ego engine. I think we've reached it, for sure. We have sure reached the peak of the ego engine. We need a new game engine. Well, I don't think we need it, but I think it would benefit as a whole from it. Personally. But yeah, the way they constructed it and the way it worked and the characters and all that worked really well indeed. Alright, so that's it for Breaking Point 2. I will see you for more F1 23 in the future, and hopefully a sequel to this story, or the continuation of it at least, in F1 25, because that's going to sound like it won't be. You know what to do, guys. Follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you again soon. I'm Nick, signing off. Peace out. Stay safe, guys, and stay awesome.